Right now the audio you're hearing is out of the Rode Video Micro, just going straight into the Canon M50. And I've always wondered what a difference it would make comparing the Rode Video Micro, which is basically the most common on-camera microphone I see used on the Canon M50, and comparing that to using one of Rode's top-end microphones for video. And this is a professional grade shotgun microphone that Rode sells that people use for, well, certainly for high-end YouTube videos, but also for documentary film work and independent film production. But up to this point, there really wasn't a way to get this microphone to work with the Canon M50 in any sort of efficient manner. But recently, a company reached out to me and offered to send out this strange little device, which essentially allows the Canon M50 to use a sort of Hollywood quality XLR powered shotgun microphone with the Canon M50. So I thought I'd hook it up and we'd just both listen to it together and just kind of hear what a difference it makes. Now this is going to be kind of an unfair advantage to this microphone because I'm using both of these microphones in the way that you would probably typically see them used. I'm using the Rode Video Micro just on top of the camera, and I'm going to be using the Rode NTG, Video Mic NTG or NTG? I think, no, Rode NT5, that's what it is. I'm going to be using the Rode NT5 just about this far from my mouth, but what I'm doing is I'm simulating the way this would be used traditionally on a movie set or in a sort of a YouTube video, just boomed out of shot like this. But just so you could see it, I've sort of brought it into frame and I've just set it here. So everything you've heard so far is out of the Rode Video Micro, just sitting on top of the camera, going straight into the Canon M50. All right, now I've just switched that over and everything you're hearing is coming out of the Rode NT5, going into this little device, which is the XV-P1. Now, what this device does is, first of all, it takes the XLR connection from this microphone and connects it into this little device. It also sends power to the microphone. These professional style shotgun microphones require power. This is power that the Canon M50 typically can't provide, but a common cinema camera or Hollywood cameras or documentary filmmaking cameras, they have the built-in ability to provide the camera or the shotgun microphone with the power it needs to operate. Canon M50 can't do that, so this little device does it for it. In addition to that, I've had to source a cable that then goes from the XLR connection, which is the type of plug that comes out of this device, and goes into the normal plug that just looks like the one on the Rode Video Micro that goes into the Canon M50. So this is how it sounds. Now, this setup is probably going to be similar to the price of upgrading a lens. And I think possibly for a lot of people, rather than adding another lens to their collection, maybe particularly if they're doing sit-down videos like this, they potentially should look at adding a setup like this. Or even if they are sort of booming a mic overhead in sort of an interview style shot, you could just run some longer cables and you could use this microphone. Now, just so you know that I'm not lying about how this sounds when it's boomed out of shot, I am going to just manually hold it over my head so you can hear what it would sound like when I've got it out of shot. Now, really what you want to do here when you're booming a microphone, the goal is to get the microphone pointing at the individual sort of between the chin and the chest. That's sort of the sweet spot. So I'm just going to try to get this out of shot, get that in, out, and straight at me. Now, sometimes if you go off to the side here, you get a little bit of inconsistent sound if the person turns their head left or right. Doing it straight on from the front and just out of frame. So that's about where I want to be. So this is how it sounds. Once again, I think this should sound pretty similar to the way it was on the desk. I've just got it out of shot. Rode NT5, run into the XV-P1, and straight into the Canon M50. This is how it's going to sound. So really I want to hear from you. Do you think it's a big difference? Do you think it's worth the possible investment? Should someone forego getting a higher end lens and maybe get, oh, I got it in shot, get a microphone instead? Because I think for a lot of people, investing in a high quality microphone is probably a better investment than investing in a new lens. All right, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.